So let me get this right. Trillions possibly from the central banks. Trillions possibly. See, I'm adding in possibly. Possibly from the commercial banks. I believe we're going to take a huge chunk of that. Look at how many commercial banks are in the United States. Trillions also possibly from the tokenization of everything. Then add in this 1.2 quadrillion that we can tap into. I'm not saying take the whole thing, but tapping into a piece of that added on to all the other pieces we can take from all those other streams of money. 1.2 quadrillion derivatives market. Because of this whole ISDA thing, which is so like hot of a topic right now. All of these websites keep writing about this. Even this Bitcoin website, newsbtc.com. I always find it hilarious when the Bitcoin people write about XRP or XLM. But you mean to tell me all those trillions that haven't been tapped yet, these coins have been doing okay, tell you the truth, without even serving their main purpose yet. They didn't even get the pop off yet. They haven't even gotten to tap into a modicum of that utility yet. They haven't been doing too bad. If you want to talk about with respect to bear markets and bull markets, everything was up. Bear market, everything is down. Like, so you look at it that way, they haven't been doing too bad. Just imagine when they tap into that utility, when they're serving their purpose. There's no way around them. There's no way around XLM and XRP right now. But let's read a little bit of this here. So because of this whole ISDA thing, it has people a little bit more bullish. It says many XRP enthusiasts are looking forward to a bullish outlook for the XRP token. Some have even mulled over the possibility. Here we go again with this same price again. More people, I hear a lot of people, even more than before, talking about the $100 price. Why? Obviously, they're getting more and more confident. More people are getting more confident that XRP can skyrocket. I remember way back then, way back when, I could talk about $5 to $10, $10 to $15. People call that crazy, right? I talked about $25 to $30. People say, oh, that they can't go there. Now there's so many people talking about $100 because, but what do I take from that? That they're learning information and coming to that realization of the potentiality of XRP, just like XLM. So they're becoming more and more bullish and confident in their predictions. It doesn't mean it's going to go there, but it does give you a look into the mind state of the people who are looking into this and the potential explosiveness of the information they're coming across. I get it. They're seeing all those trillions. They're seeing all these partnerships. They're seeing all of these markets being tapped into. And they're also seeing that there's no innovation in those markets right now other than what we bring to the table. I mean, there's a problem. There's a solution. And it's just a matter of time. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So now let's jump just to a little bit of Stellar news. They made this post and it says the Stellar Community Fund fuels Stellar and Sorrel Band innovation with over 320 million XLM rewarded or awarded, 500 submissions recognized, 80 startup teams, and 2.1 thousand community members. See, now you got to piece all this information together. Why are they doing this? Stellar wants so bad. They want so bad to dominate. They haven't done a bad job. They've done a great job. They're setting up partnerships, corridors, and things like that. But go back 5 days, right? And then you look at this post here that they made. And it says this: unlocking access for 350 million unbanked Africans. Fund bank. They keep pushing that. Why are they pushing it more now than ever? They've pushed these programs in Africa more than ever before. And they've made a bigger push this year to get to those unbanked through other companies mostly, right? So most of it, what they're doing is not direct. They like to operate behind the scenes, which makes it very difficult to come by way of information about all of these very secretive happenings that Stellar has going on. But they see that the door has been left wide open. Wide open, folks. You see, for a while, The legacy system tried to find a way to get to the unbanked, and they failed. You saw it. We saw it. What happened? What let you know publicly that they failed? The outright. Well, first of all, let me say this. The Bank of International Settlements told you in a document recently that they thought that CBDCs would be good for the unbanked, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. What did the public say over the last year and a half? The public said, we don't want CBDCs. No, we don't. We don't like it. We think that you're going to violate our privacy. Whole cadre of problems. They failed. So they've had to pull back now, right? This is why you see like projects like Digital Euro now, they're focusing heavily. Like, don't get me wrong, they have their retail aspect they're focusing on, but they're also focusing heavily on their wholesale aspect because they're like, well, let's focus on these bank-to-bank payments and such, which still is going to fail also because all their programs are siloed and we're going to have to move all that. So XRP, XLM, Algorand, bank coins can explode off of that as well. They're going to need us. They do. But because of that, I think Stellar saw that and was like, oh, you mean there's no competition for us now? I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, Algorand is so evenly spread between the banks and the unbanked that they would never completely dominate the unbanked. Algorand is the most balanced bank coin. XLM is like this. Give me all that retail money. Yeah. And let me tell you something. People haven't seen the best of what XLM is going to bring. I say XLM because it's all those companies, Stellar and all the other companies building on there, BPV, Stronghold. There is a doorway open and they're looking to dominate things like this. Let's go back around to here. This whole unbanked Africans thing. What happened recently? We had countries in Africa now that are promoting their gold-backed currencies. If that ever flows across Stellar, do you understand what that would mean? That value flow across Stellar. Come on now. And this is what they don't tell people. A lot of countries in Africa are heavily based on the mobile phone, as they're having a rapid rise in advancement over there in Africa. So guess what? Pushing a mobile phone first program is the way to go if you want to move some of that capital. So this is what I believe Stellar is going after. Also, same thing in Latin America. So I just wanted to put that on your table. But this is why they're going so hard. They see the opportunity and they're not wasting it. For a while, I've been saying that I believe the central banks are going to have to turn those printers back on for a variety of reasons. Now, I read something interesting. Let me say this before we get into this little article here. I read something interesting about going into a depression, and a lot of people were saying you can't print your way out of a depression. You can't print your way out of a recession. But that's interesting. Isn't that what stimulus money was supposed to do? Correct me if I'm wrong. But they literally overprinted the money because they can, for a variety of reasons. Printed so much money that people were just flowing. They were just swimming in capital at the time. This is right around the time the crypto boom was happening. And that helped for a while, right? That brought things up for a while. Now that they're removing that fake liquidity, there's tough times, correct? So, I mean, I don't understand the sentiment that they can't print their way out of a recession into depression or a depression to stave it off, so to speak, or to lessen the impact if they already proved that they are willing to do so. Why would they not be able to do it again? But, hey, that's just me saying that. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this. This is from kitco.com. It's titled Central Bank Printing Will Lead to a Crypto Boom. What year did they say? What year? 2024. How many times are we hearing that year? I'm telling you, folks, I don't know. So it says here, quote, I think in terms of liquidity, assume that the Fed is lowering rates and doing quantitative easing again. Who buys the U.S. debt? China doesn't buy it anymore. Russians don't buy it anymore. Japanese don't buy it anymore. Europe is issuing more debt. Everybody is issuing more debt, unquote. That's interesting. So what's the solution? How do you get people to buy again? I wonder. Interesting. It says, quote, so the central banks have to step in. You know how you get people to come back? You make it very delicious for them to come back. You give them a lot of incentive to come back. It says, quote, and here we are, more liquidity. How did they provide liquidity before? I mean, it's a variety of different things you can do. They don't have to just take that one way, but there will be a flood. They will have to turn the printer back on. They have to. It says here, there will be more liquidity, which is good for stocks and good for crypto, which is what I've been saying. It's coming. It's inevitable. They broke the economy, which you're about to see deceleration in the likes of which you've never seen before, which is beautiful. Because at that time, if people are smart, they start to see that liquidity come in. If they're going to do it subtly this time. I don't think they're going to do it overtly. I think it'll be very subtle, but people will start to see the tides change a little bit more play in the markets and such like that, because most people don't keep up with all the different various markets that are tied together. But they'll start to see things go up and see a real bull market pop off. That's the time when people need to make capital. No, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but you start to see those things, certain catalysts pop up. You start to see the markets go up a little bit. You start to say, hey, and then there's consistency there. That's when I would position myself. I think it's coming. I would keep up. I'm going to tell you right now, I would keep up with the Fed and what they're saying. I would keep up, even though they're great liars. I would keep up with the Fed and what they're saying. I would keep up with the U.S. Treasuries. A lot of people aren't doing that. We've been trying to do our best here to keep up with what Janet Yellen is saying and such. But I would keep up with the U.S. Treasuries. Just put that in your Google preferred articles thing. I don't know what they call that, but like they allow you to choose the types of stuff that you like, and then when you see those things pop up, click that little like button on it so it can keep popping up. And you keep up with the U.S. Treasury. I'm telling you, because those are major catalysts to know when liquidity is coming. Why would that not be? I'm giving you the real here, right? So now we're going to end off with this article here. This article is also from kitco.com, another huge catalyst. When they start cutting rates, more money will play in the risk assets. OK, so that's a great thing whenever they actually begin that. A lot of people are calling for that in 2024. But gold, it says here, adding to bullish developments, gold futures went above $2,000 per ounce. World Gold Council has updated its list of gold reserves by countries. That I don't care about, but gold going above $2,000 is a very good thing for people like myself, heavy in gold. Central banks have been buying gold at record amounts even to this day. It says here, while the Federal Reserve's monetary policy has not mentioned any imminent rate cuts, the fact that many other central banks are cutting rates is positive. Although the ECB has not begun to cut its interest rate level, they can't right now. They just can't. They're going through a bad time. Their monetary policy, if you listen to what Kristalina Georgieva was saying, their monetary policy was looser than most. So they have a bit of a ways to go, unfortunately, in my humble opinion. It says here, expectations are high that they have ended their cycle of rate hikes and could begin rate hikes as early as the second quarter of 2024. All right, so there you have it. Gold is looking good. Maybe they'll cut rates. Maybe they'll turn that money printer back on. 2024 looks like it's going to be a big year. You have a lot of central bank digital currencies that may be launched or close to launching in 2024. You have regulations like MiCA rolling out in 2024. So many big catalysts coming. You have ETFs coming. Who knows? Maybe we'll see an XRP ETF one day. Why not? XRP has regulatory clarity. There's no problems with it at all. I don't see why we wouldn't. But I do get why the first big dogs on the block, Bitcoin and Ethereum, go first. I get that. They're the most popular. They're what people know. But I don't see why. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't really matter. I'm waiting for the banks to step in. Tokenization of everything. Puts a little sprinkle on top. B2B payments. That's a little nice extra frosting on top. I'm good with that. But if we get a little ETF, that would be nice as well. We'll see how things go. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.